Hi everyone, Adrian from Audio Excellence with another one of your favorite videos, unboxing. With me is my new victim. Introduce yourself.
My name is Tristan, so I'm a new co-op student right now.
Speak up, speak up.
And I'm working on some different stuff and helping on the store. Yeah.
So his name is Tristan, in case you didn't get it. He's one of the students that we hire on a regular basis from University of Waterloo. And behind the camera is Cece. Turn around, so show everybody who you are.
Hi.
Okay, so we just got a shipment of McIntosh products, something like 10 of them. And we're really excited that we're going to be able to show this to you. This is the new McIntosh MC451 monoblock tube hybrid amplifier. It's not hybrid, it's actually tube and solid state amplifiers. Actually, CC, pen over here, show them this. Yeah. So this amplifier is called the MC901. When it came out, it became a huge success for the store because this amplifier is actually two amplifiers in one. You can see the tubes over here, and then the back here is the solid state. So the tube section can be used to drive your mid-range and high frequencies of your speakers, and then the amplifier will drive the bass. And so McIntosh, because of the success, has decided to build and design a smaller version of this amplifier, and that's called the 451, which is here. It's also a monoblock, so it means you get two amplifiers for a stereo pair. So we're going to unpack it, and I'll give you all the details once we do so. All right, let's cut. All right. You get a manual, and then you just lift this up. Let's get this out of the way. So you get a power cord as well, and no, this is very cool. It's a little wrench, a McIntosh wrench, that you use to tighten the speaker binding post, which I'll show you in a moment.
One hour later.
Oh, that's interesting. That's new feet. I've never seen feet from McIntosh that looks like this. This is new. Normally you just have basically rubber feet, or basically looks like, or maybe they've always been like that, or with the new series. Because I'm looking over at the MC1201s and they look similar. Anyway, new to me. Okay. So, big warning piece of paper. To avoid fire hazard, the foam insert over the vacuum tubes must be removed. So do not turn this amplifier on before you take this out. Looks like we need Phillips. So you can actually come over here and see. Actually, we'll put it on the side. Screws off so the cage can come off. At least I assume that's the case. Yeah, it is. Ta-da! So these are the tubes that power the mid-range and high frequencies of your speaker, and that's the solid state part of it. They use KT88. I believe the tube part of it puts out 150 watts per channel, and the solid state part puts out 300 watts per channel. Okay, so we'll put this back and I'll go into more details about this amplifier. So now we get to the back. So let me show you the special connections of this amplifier. It might be easier if I stand it up, so I'm going to just stand it up like this. Is that a good shot? Is that good? Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is where you connect your speakers, obviously. So you have your what's interesting about McIntosh amplifiers is that it has different output tabs. So 2 ohms, 4 ohms, and 8 ohms. And so if your speakers are rated for 4 ohms, you connect it there. If it's 8 ohms, you connect it there. And of course, your negative goes there. All right. Now remember, this is monoblocks. So each one of this drives each speaker. So this part here is the tube part, and this part here is the solid state part. And it tells you it's 300 watts for the solid state and 150 watts for the tubes. So this is where you connect to the mid-range and high frequency. This is where you connect to the bass. Now here are some of the other connections that's interesting. This is where you connect from your preamplifier into the tube input and this is where you connect to the solid state input. You have a choice of either balance or RCA, and depending on your connection, you can either switch it over here, balance, or unbalanced RCA, right? The amplifier, what makes it very unique, similar to the 901s, is that it has an internal crossover. So when you're doing your biamping, you don't need to buy a separate external crossover. It's all built in. So all you have to do is choose the frequency that your speaker crosses over at. So CC, if you come a little bit closer, I'll show you the different frequencies. So you'll notice it says here 100, 130, 150, 250, and so on. So if, let's say, your speaker crosses over at, say, for example, 250, then you switch it, you turn it to 250, just like that. And then the amplifier also has gain or attenuation for the tube section. So once everything's connected and you sit down and you're listening, and let's say, for example, you want a little bit more warmth, more richness, you can increase it a little bit. The dial allows you to adjust up to 3 decibels increase, or dial it down to -6 dB. So if you find, for example, that the mid-range is too forward, too strong, you can reduce it up to 6 decibels. And then if you're using the internal crossover, you put it in mono. If, however, you still want to use your own external crossover, then you switch it over to separate. And that's basically it. Your on and off switch is over here. If you have other McIntosh pieces, you can use your preamp to, when you turn your preamp, you can just run a control wire, connect it here, and the amplifier will turn on when your preamp turns on. And of course, your power cable goes there. And that's it. Watch your feet. Now, a couple of interesting physical features. You'll notice that the heatsink over here has the McIntosh monogram, the M and the C. Okay. And then last but not least, I guess it's easier to show it when we turn it on. So you know what? Let me plug it in and I'll show it to you. There's no power cable here. Okay. So plug it in. Okay, and then let's see if there's any other switches. Okay. By the way, this is a speaker that can certainly use biamping because it does allow you to have separate amplifier for the bass, mid-range, and high frequency. So actually do tri-amping. Okay, so here we go. So as you can see with the McIntosh tubes, when you first turn it on and it's going through its standby startups sequence, the tubes are amber, and once it's ready to go, the tubes will turn green. And it's really cool. You can actually see the tubes inside. Can you see that? Yeah. Oh, there we go. So it's ready to play. The other thing, CC, if you come closer, you will see that a normal McIntosh meter is only has one, what do you call that? 1 meter. This is actually McIntosh's dual meter. One for the transistor and the other one for the tube. That's why you've got 2. Okay. That's it for now. We're going to unbox the other one. We'll start breaking it in, and we will report back to you what we think of this amplifier, but I'm really quite excited. Thanks for watching. Adrian from Audio Excellence, Tristan, and CC behind the camera. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. As usual, I forgot to give you some details, like, for example, the price. It's $28,000 US for the pair. I mentioned the power. It's 150 watts for the tube section, 300 watts for the solid state section. The tube section has 4 KT88s, 2 1287s, and 1 12AX7A. I mentioned the output transformer taps. What's very interesting is McIntosh has a special circuit called the screen grid sensor. This circuit monitors the grid current of the tube. So if you're playing it too loud or something is happening that the amplifier shouldn't be doing, this circuit will actually see that the current is too high, and it will immediately, instantaneously lower the current to the grid so that it tries to protect the tubes and prolongs the age of the tube. I'm not going to give you the specifications in terms of the size and weight. Tristan will just throw up a table and show you that. What I can tell you, it's 133 pounds or 60.3 kilograms, almost as much as Tristan over there. All right, we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye. Oh, wait. I mentioned about the McIntosh wrench. So let me show you how it works. So CC, come around the back. Actually, I'll lift it over. Okay, so this is McIntosh's patented binding post. So you open this up and you can put the spades in there or there. You can also put bare wire, and if you take this cover off here, you can put bananas in there as well. Now if you're using spades or bare wire, this allows you to tighten and get a really nice strong, firm contact. Right? Once it's down, this will allow you to get a little bit more firm contact with the spade. So comes with it. All right, see you again next time. Bye-bye. Okay, so I can put this down.